My name's Rob Williams. I work for Frankfurt Zoological Society in charge of Peru. So we're here on the North Cornwall coast, really spectacular scenery, and we're here hoping to find a peregrine. The peregrines breed on these amazing cliffs here, and they prey on the birds flying past. The main thing when you're trying to spot a peregrine is to look at the scale. So use the gulls and things to give you some scale, because when you look at that cliff, which is actually huge, it can be very difficult to look at the right scale. Well, these binoculars allow me, with 10 times magnification, they've got good light gathering capacity, so you just get them well in focus and then slowly pan across the cliff, looking in the key area of the binoculars and just systematically checking the cliff, looking for it. Yeah, the first thing I noticed is they're incredibly light, and the other thing I've noticed is that the balance of them is way back at the focus wheel and actually slightly behind. It's up near the ocular lens. In most binoculars, it tends to be the heaviest glasses down near the objective, and so your balance is slightly pulling you down. Whereas when you've got these up against your eye, they're sort of pushing back into your face slightly, and they're very comfortable to hold, and for a long period, very still.
In the nature observation market, people want lightweight binoculars. To deliver top optical quality, you need quite a few lenses, and that makes the product heavy. The idea was to use a new objective lens system and a quite complicated ocular lens system. We pushed the balance point towards the eye. That means into the ocular area. It flips towards the eye and it stays there. And now the balance point is very far back, so the felt weight is lower actually than in reality.
What I do notice is that they just fit very well in the hand. It's instinctive using them. There's no doubt about where they are, and they're very comfortable to hold on to.
The armoring is extremely soft, so it feels much better in the hand, and it also absorbs shock much better than other armorings. It's a little bit longer here in the objective area, so that adds a few millimeters, but gives a lot of protection for the objective lens system. If you put it on the table, you know, it dampens perfectly.
These binoculars have a very good light transmission percentage, and so that's allowing you to use them earlier and a bit later, and especially in darker habitats. You know, normally 1042s I wouldn't be tempted to use in dense rainforest habitats, but these may well work well in those conditions.
We have a remaining of 92% transmission guaranteed in that binocular, which is a lot. And in comparison to other nature observation binoculars, we are far ahead with 92%.
Yeah, yesterday morning I went to see the third short-toed eagle recorded in Britain, and we were there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was a misty, dull morning, and we were watching the eagle about a mile away, and you could tell the people with the better quality optics, because they're going, oh, it's turning the head, and the other people were going, I can't see it still, I can't see it still. And so that was a situation where really the light transmission in your telescopes and your binoculars was making a difference. The binoculars have a nice wide field of view, which allows you obviously to see more. Again, very good in their class range as 10s. Having this, I tend to use 8.5s personally before now, because I work a lot in rainforest environments. Whereas with a binocular like this, that's going to allow me to get a bit more area when I've seen a movement in the undergrowth and I've got to try and hit that bird, this is giving you an advantage.
And we have to consider that the edge is completely sharp. You know, so we open the field extremely, but not jeopardizing, you know, the edge sharpness.
That could be very useful when scanning flocks of waders, gulls, etc., allowing you to look at multiple birds at the same time, really, and so you can pick out those little subtle differences, perhaps not on the focal bird you're actually looking at in the center of the image, but on the ones around it. Today we're hoping to see the peregrine. We haven't yet. The weather wasn't good at all. But it's been nice. We've seen some nice birds. There's a pair of kestrels nesting in the cliff over there that keep coming past. There's a gannet sitting amongst some gulls on a little headland down here. which is kind of unusual to see away from the big gannet trees at this time of year. Dick Treleaven was the man who found the first breeding pair of peregrines back in Britain, and he dedicated, although he wasn't a professional ornithologist, to studying the peregrines. And he was here till just a few years ago on these cliffs regularly. Even in his old age, the farmer would kindly let him drive into this field so he could get right here, people could bring him here, studying and watching the peregrines. It was a great privilege. Some of my earliest birding memories are sitting just down there with Dick and my father watching peregrines when I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.